In the last episode, we found 7 acres of raw land in North Idaho to start building our off-grid homestead. We made the move from Tennessee to Idaho to start building our home.
Since we were building debt-free and on a tight budget, we needed to live on the property while we were building. So the first thing we had to do was establish our campsite. We are setting up camp here right now. We've got Brittany and Sarah and Seth over here doing some chopping, clearing this, kind of leveling it out for tents to go along here. We got Jules and I unloading the trailer, kind of stacking it all up right over here. Put a tarp over that later. We got to get a tarp up over there because I don't know if you guys have heard it yet, but there's thunder. Maybe we're gonna get some thunderstorms. You see that? Over that way. Coming off the mountain, it looks like we're gonna get some thunderstorms. So we need to get a tarp up so that we don't have to sit in the cars. It is getting darker, guys. Check it out. We got the trailer unloaded and re-tarped over there. These guys are getting this pretty clear. We're gonna start hanging up a tarp up here so that we can get underneath it if it does start raining. Let's go ahead and start that now.
Alright guys, we are officially almost done with our lean-to tent, which will protect us from the rain, hopefully. Dad is putting the last stake. They're filling in the last pole hole. Looks like it. And then we've almost got this all cleared. We got to work on that side a little bit. But yeah, it's looking good.
As if trying to get camp set up before the rainstorm hit wasn't enough pressure, nature had another challenge for us to face.
So the mosquitoes here are pretty bad now that the clouds are coming in and the sun's starting to go down. So we've got this mosquito fogger. It's the Bergie's mosquito fogger. We're gonna try to fog it and see if we can get rid of some of the mosquitoes for tonight. Whoa, it's shooting out at you, Jules. All right, let's give it a try.
I think I better get out of the way. Come on guys, come on, get out of the way.
The mosquito fogger worked temporarily, but we really had to do it every day to kind of keep up with it. We didn't notice a big change with the mosquitoes until after we had cleared the land and gotten the trees and the shadows away from our camp and our home.
Sarah and Marty are working on the shower area. Cutting limbs off. So we got the shower head mounted up here. That'll connect to the water heater, which is mounted right here, right there, which will connect to the water tote, and that'll give us water. And then we'll use this to create a little wall shelter right here. Yeah. And then down there, cutting down limbs so the light will come in and dry the area out during the day. Over here, we have this little shed in a box, I guess you'd call it, that we assembled this morning. And it's pretty sturdy. It's got these pipes connected, and so right now we're just putting all of our kind of tools and accessories kind of stuff in here so that we have better access to it. Marty and Sarah are getting a flooring for the shower right now, and we're just using these red, like, what do you call these, bricks or something? Pavers from my father-in-law and some boards. Hi. Yeah, so these are going to be the platform the boards rest on. That's awesome. Good job. So you're making them level right now?
Trying to.
It looks really good, you guys.
Thanks.
It's going to be nice tonight.
I hope so.
And then are you digging a big hole?
Yeah, we're going to dig a hole there.
Okay.
To for the water to collect in so it doesn't go down.
Yeah.
You got to push that button with your thumb first. It. Our temporary camp here is all set up. Let me show you around, give you a little tour here. Starting from here, you've got Jules and my tent with our little lean-to thing up on top, which worked really good because it did rain last night. This is wood for a shed that we're building. Tarped it because it rained last night. 2 of our solar panels we have set up just temporarily here, leaning against this water tote. Other 2 solar panels are sitting here, not in use yet. We're basically waiting until we get our shed built, and then we'll put all 4 panels up on the roof of that shed. My parents' camp is right here. The porta-john, which I think I showed you before, $85 a month for that. So we'll have it for a month. Sarah and Brittany are sleeping in there. Seth is sleeping in here now, and this tent is not being used anymore. Then we've got our kind of portable shelter here. We've got our kitchen set up in here. We've got some tools stored in there. This is our shower area right here. And this right here is the shower. And everything seems to be working fairly smooth. Today we are starting to clear a little bit of the property. We're going to be clearing this area because this is where we're actually going to be building the house. The septic guy came out yesterday and showed us pretty much where the septic system's gonna go. And so right now we're clearing out these trees right here because it's gonna go north to south right along here. So we gotta cut these down, clear this out. We're supposed to have rain the next 3 days. So we pretty much gotta get this done today, hopefully. And it's gonna be a lot of cutting trees. All these trees here were all cut. We cut a bunch over there. We've cut all the ones basically out of the center here. So we've got fence posts, we've got firewood all in here. We've got some that we've already cut up and let in season. And so once we had all of the tents set up, we thought we would be good for the rain, but it didn't turn out that way. We have been delayed by rain. I'm sure you can hear it in here. How's there?
Yeah.
How's it working out though?
Not so well. The tent is not waterproof as it turns out, and so we have to keep hitting it so that the water falls outside and not inside the tent. Like this. Look.
Yep, show us there. Yep. And so we've got right here, we've got our batteries. We're catching drips from right here on there. The big inverter is staying dry, fine, that's fine. Over here we've got a pot collecting water, catching water over here. Over here, it's coming in from underneath. All right, lesson learned. We're learning a lesson here, guys. It's leaking a little bit right in the center, but just barely, it's just dripping. Our regular tents are doing fine though. We checked those. Our tent over there is doing good. It's just getting a little wet on the front. The kids, look at that, they're dry. So hopefully the rain will stop and we'll have to figure out a way to fix this. This isn't gonna work if we're not here and it starts raining hard, then everything's gonna get soaked in here. And we don't want that, do we?
No.
I don't think so. Make sure that we keep the rain out of the sensitive stuff, so we're adding some square footage to our tent city. Having dinner in our new tent.
It's fancy.
We will be moving this stuff, especially the inverter, the batteries, that kind of stuff. Charge controller, we'll be moving that into here, along with other things that we can't be having getting wet, so they'll go in there.
The addition of the large waterproof tent helped a lot, but we still needed a location where we could store some of our more expensive gear and our solar setup, so we got to work clearing space for our solar shed.
Right over here is where we're gonna put our shed. That will house our solar stuff and our tools and things, something we can really lock up securely. And then on the roof will go our solar panels.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna go right here.
So here's what we've got so far. What are we doing right now, Dad?
Right now we're just leveling up for the kind of the foundation of the shed right now.
So right now they're making the floor of the shed. Wow, that was a big hiccup. Right now they're making the floor of the shed. They're gonna screw these in temporarily, and then once it's all squared, then they're gonna take them off, lay some plastic down so that the moisture doesn't mess the wood up later, and then screw them back on.
third wall is going up right now. It's looking great.
And while the building of our solar shed was underway, we also made some good progress on installing our septic system.
The septic guy came, and so they're picking out a spot to dump the gravel, I think, this morning.
They're already like fast at work. The thing is supposed to be done completely today. We got the septic tank in, the line coming from the septic tank. There'll be a drain field line coming out here, and then you got one coming out here. He's putting the gravel in right now. The guys finished it up, smoothed it all out. We got a pile of dirt here for filling stump holes later, and a pile of gravel left over. Guess we'll use that for something. Not sure what we'll use that for yet. Let me give you a quick little sneak peek of the shed, because it is almost done. Check it out, Jules and Sarah, Seth, and Brittany over here painting the shed. Brittany's painting the trim right now. And then we're going to put the solar panels on the roof of this shed and put the inverter and batteries in here along with tools and stuff. Jules?
Hi.
Jules picked out all the colors. Jules and Brittany and Sarah and Seth.
Yes, it was a big collaboration of the minds.
Sugar maple and ancestral gray. Back to the rocks that the cavemen used to use to beat things with, maybe. It's cool. There'll be another color for the trim, which Brittany's doing. You guys want to go see what Brittany's doing? Of course you do.
Wow, they see me at my finest. My finest hour.
She's a little dirty.
This is earth-fired red.
Earth-fired red.
Yeah, that's something like that.
It's a cool color. This is our septic tank lid right here. And so we got this from a friend, and we set it up here just to see if it would withstand the wind and the rain. And it does. So what we plan to do is open up this lid here to the septic tank. It's clean, it's dry right now. And we'll build a new lid for it, like a wood lid, maybe plastic and wood. I don't know exactly how we're gonna do it yet. But we're gonna mount the toilet right over that. And then underneath here, underneath this canopy, we'll put the shower, and we'll put a washing machine here, probably up on pallets. And then we'll enclose it with a tarp, right? So it's private. But then all of that water will go into our septic tank. Now, I know that some people might ask about gray water, right? Why are you gonna put laundry in there or shower water in there? Because we gotta fill that septic tank before it starts raining. If you don't fill your septic tank before it starts raining, it'll float to the surface. And so, yeah, it's gotta be full, right? We gotta fill that thing.
With the septic installed and the building site cleared, we were ready now to start breaking ground for the house. But first, we needed to get an inspection for the offsets. Today, we have our inspector who came out. His name is Daniel. So the inspector's job today is to check the setbacks that we have from our septic installation, which is over there, make sure that our corners of the house are far enough away from that, as well as from our street over there, and then also other property boundaries that we have over that way. I think everything's going to go really good, but we just have to have it signed off. So the house corners like that we have marked off right now are in orange. So there's 1, 2, you can see. The third one is over that way, and then the fourth one's over there. So basically he's just making sure today that what we have mapped out on the property is what we wrote down on paper, and then he can sign it off and we can start digging this up and digging our footers and everything like that. So Marty, did we pass?
Oh yeah, we passed.
Is he signing off
we
on
got
it?
like 60 feet over there. The minimum setback's 25 feet. And so we're way far away. He said we're good to go. We just have to start construction within 1 year, and your permit will stay open as long as you lay down 1 2x4 a year. And let me show you the shed. It's not done yet. It's taking a lot longer than I thought, but it's coming along pretty good. And I'm getting the shelves done. I'll give you just a kind of a brief sneak peek at our solar system. It's not 100% complete yet, but it's getting there. Up here, 1,000 watts of solar panels on the roof. All right, we got solar panels up there. Come inside, working on building shelves along here for storage. And then this right here is our solar system, charge controller, inverter, batteries down here. I know the batteries need to be vented and all that. We're working on it, right? This is all a work in progress. We got a little workbench here, electrical over here coming from the inverter over here. So that's good. We're making some progress there. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be starting with the foundation. Main priority though, right now is completing the shed, moving all of our tools and all of that kind of stuff into here so that then Julie and I can move into the Shelter Logic. We're gonna move out of our camp tent into the Shelter Logic, put a floor in there, have a real bed, be a little house. So this was really exciting. We are now ready to actually start building our house. We started off by cutting the pad for the footers.
Right now, Marty is working on digging out our footer. How's it going, babe?
It's going good. Come over here and I'll show you guys.
All right. Whew. It's a hot one.
Yeah.
It's 80 degrees today.
Oh man, the weather here like goes, it's cold and rainy one day. The next day it's warm and sunny. Basically, the footer is gonna be 14 inches wide, 6 inches deep. And we're digging out 20 inches wide so we can form it up. So I want to form it up just so we can make sure that it's perfect and level. And we'll use less cement, I think, if we form it up. And those boards won't go to waste. We'll use them someplace else in the house as we build it. This is the perfect depth that we want to dig right here. So you notice when you look here and then you look over there, that's a lot shallower. But they're level, right? We're using the laser level.
Dude, you gotta show them how it works. It's so cool.
Like we're right there. We're right within like a ½ an inch, and that's gonna be fine to be within a ½ an inch or so, because we're actually gonna level the boards, the forms that we're gonna be putting in. We just don't wanna go too deep. The deeper you go, that you don't have to go, you're just wasting money because you gotta fill that with cement. And so you're probably wondering about the footer, right? It's like on the surface almost. Like here, it's like 2 inches below the surface, right? We're gonna backfill this. So we're gonna fill this up like 2.5 feet deep with soil, and it's gonna go out and then taper down into the backyard. And so you see that mountain of dirt we've got right there?
Yeah, big mountain.
That is gonna go all around the house to make it level and so that the footer is 2 feet below the ground, right? 24 inches, which is the frost line here.
While the footer project was in progress, our porta potty rental had expired, so it was now time to start putting our septic tank to work. We took a brief pause on the footer project and started building our outdoor bathroom.
Our leach field's over here, and right here we've got where we're going to connect it to the house. There's a 4-inch ABS pipe that's going to come from here and go over to the house. And so we need to hook that up. We've got 4-inch right here. We've got some 1.5 inch right here. We've got a brand new toilet. That is the toilet that's gonna go in the house later. But we got a pretty unique way that we're gonna actually hook it up today. So let me show you. We got the bolts out. Let's go ahead and do the reveal. What is in here, huh?
What color was it?
Black. Whoa, look at that.
It's so clean.
It is so clean.
It's gonna be like the last time it's ever this clean.
This is, yeah. It's never gonna be this clean again.
This is actually our bunker.
Jack, this is our bunker, guys.
All of our food stores are down there.
This 4-inch sewer pipe is gonna connect here. It's gonna come in here. There'll be a I think I don't know, they call it some kind of tea or something. It's gonna go right about here. You guys want to see Seth be sent down in here?
He would like it.
Probably. We're almost through.
Woo!
Well, oh, don't go in there.
You're really gonna have to send Seth in.
There we go. So now it's time to put the rubber bushing in. See how easily it fits in. Oh wow, that's super easy. I thought that was gonna be a pain. He did say getting the pipe in there could be difficult, and he said to put a bunch of soap on it. And that'll loosen it up. Set this guy in here. And see, it's gonna go in there.
This feels weird. Root.
How far down will that go? There we go. All right, so we got the pipe in here. Check it out this side. Okay, it's gonna fit in there. And then we're gonna use this plastic to actually cover the hole so that, you know, all the smells don't come out. There we go. So that's on there. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Whew. All right, we got the washing machine there. Is it too close to the toilet?
Plenty of room.
Plenty?
Plenty.
All right, and so we still got room for the shower to go right here.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And there'll be plenty of room to dress too, you know, it's like there's a lot of room.
We gotta set the shower up. And then we gotta bring up the water, connect the drains. Should be good. All right, so we got the shower hooked up here, and then it's gonna flow down this pipe. And then we've connected to the washing machine.
Washing machine.
Right, then it comes down here, and it goes uphill a little bit here before it goes down into the septic tank.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and we did that. So this is gonna form, it's gonna substitute for our P-trap. This pipe right here will always be full of water. And the sewer gases, when they come up, they can't actually escape out into the bathroom, right? So they'll be blocked right here because this will always be full of water. All right, maybe we're jumping the gun a little bit. We don't have the shower set up yet, but we're gonna try to fill the toilet. Let's see, we'll turn on the valve. It's going.
Yay! We have water.
All right, let's go get the shower and see how we can set it up in here. We didn't want to bore you with all of the details, so let me show you where we are right now. Power, water coming in, hooked up to the toilet right here, water. It is full. We have not flushed it yet. We're waiting to show you guys the first flush. We got power coming up. It's just being supported here. Goes up to a light right there. Of course, the washing machine is plugged in. Water going to the washing machine. Water coming around here, going up to the water heater, propane connected to the water heater, shower head up here. Most of the water will go here. It doesn't have to all go in there. The hope is that just most of it will. If it goes on the ground, it's okay. But we want to just get most of it in there. Pavers right here to stand on to get dressed. Next step is to get a tarp around this thing so that it's private-ish. Show us what we got here, Jules.
It's so exciting, you guys. All right, so we've got our shower right here connected to our Camp Lux propane heater, which is, the propane is right here. And so our platform to stand on, and then this area will be kept mostly dry so we can change on here, and that'll be really good. And then we also have our wash machine, and we have our toilet, our flushing toilet.
Oh, we haven't
So
even flushed it
excited.
yet.
I know.
Let's try it. Let's do it. First flush.
Okay. It's full of water already.
Yep, that's just dirt in there.
Yeah, and there hasn't been any contributions.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Wow.
Huh.
That's so cool. And it's filling up already again.
Filling up.
You can hear the pump going from the tank.
Cool.
Tank.
And so guys, all of this is run off of solar, right? Our washing machine is solar. The water pump is solar. The only thing is propane, of course, for the shower.
Water. Yeah.
But yeah, we're washing clothes. We're pumping water. We're doing all of that off of our solar system.
We don't actually have all 4 walls though, so
Yeah.
it is still a little bit open to nature.
But guys, this is opened up to here, right? Nobody should be back here for any reason. The street is that way. Our camp is over there. From camp, say, right? If you're over here, you can't see anything. I mean, you can see somebody's feet if they're sitting on the toilet, but that's really it.
For me, one of my top criterias for being able to make this work was to have a toilet of some kind. So having the porta potty was a huge thing for me. But being able to transition to a flushing toilet
Way nicer.
was way awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Like to have the toilet, you know, right there, and then the laundry. So we didn't have to go to the laundry all the time or the laundry mat all the time. And then the shower was really cool because like on cold days, the steam would just like billow out of there. You know, it was pretty cool.
Yep, it was.
So after setting up the outdoor bathroom, a lot of people had asked where we got our water from. And since we hadn't drilled a well yet, we were actually using our IBC totes and going to town to get water.
And we come to town to the fairgrounds to get water for living, drinking, bathing, washing, everything. And so I want to show you the little setup that we have. This is how we get water. These are our totes right here. This one we fill up and then we drain it into the one at home. And the fairgrounds here have this really convenient setup. And so we just open her up and run it in, and it takes less than 5 minutes really to fill 300 and some odd gallons of water. 325 gallons. So we usually come to town once a week. We try to do it on a Wednesday or a Sunday when we're already coming into town to go to Bible class and worship. Sometimes, occasionally, we'll come out here on a Saturday, but it is free of charge to come here and to get water. Wow, look at that. Okay, we're almost full. We got less than a square. See, you can see it really easily, the water line. And Marty, he does a really good job of not getting wet. We've had a lot of practice. But, okay, so I just take this and shut it off and try not to get wet. Ooh. All right, stand back. Just gotta let the rest of it come out and then we'll top it off. Did you get wet today?
Nope, just my shoes a little tiny bit.
Practice makes perfect. Not too bad, huh?
Not too bad. Then we just bring the water home and we hook this hose right here onto the valve and we connect it up and we run it over here to the tank, right, that we have our pump on that provides our homestead here with water. And so gravity will feed most of that water into this tank, but it won't do it all. So later we'll kind of hook the pump up a little bit differently. Let me show you the pump. This, guys, is our water pump. And so it does 2.2 gallons per minute at uses 12 volts. The pump takes in water through this hose, which comes down here off of the bottom of the tank up to the pump. And then from here, we've got a Y. So one, the gray hose goes over here to the kitchen and the green hose goes over to the bathroom. So we've got the kitchen over here. And right here, just on the tree, we've got another Y set up where you can turn on the water. We're back at the tank. We're following the green hose over here. Shower right here. Propane hot water heater on demand. Works really good. The thing will like get blistering hot. Turn on the gas. Turn on the water. burning. It's lit, right? It's going. I don't know if, yeah, you can see the flames in there. Washing machine and toilet, right? So let's walk through the wall. Garden hose coming from that tank. Coming through over here, right? And then it just have a T right here, goes to the toilet. And then another T right here, which goes up to the washing machine. And then continues on to the shower where you just saw it. Now, where we were getting water actually wasn't where we were supposed to be getting water. We didn't know that. Julie had gone down and talked to the people there, and they pointed her in the right direction. And so we were getting the water out of that big old like hose thing. But come to find out later on, that's not where we were actually supposed to be getting it. So we changed and went to the proper location.
With the bathroom squared away, we got back to the footer project so we could move forward with our house build.
Good job, Jules.
Thanks. We need to go out further.
Let's go with that for now, and we'll see how it works.
Near that corner, though.
I think it'll be okay. But maybe, we'll see. Putting up our batter boards so we can run our strings and then put our forms in. All the batter boards are in. 1, 2, 3, 4. After hours of working in the blazing sun today, setting up our batter boards and our strings, we found that we made a major mistake. Jules, what's our major mistake?
Well, we took our center. Let me just show you down here. So this is the nail, the mark that is marking the edge of our stem wall. And when we first set up our other 2 nails, we centered this spot, which is wrong because the footer is not supposed to be centered on this because this is the edge. And so instead, we pulled these ones out, and instead now we have this going 4 inches and then this going another 10.
Yeah, that's right. And so basically the stem wall needs to be centered on the footer, not centered on the outside of the stem wall.
We have to have, 4 inches on both sides.
Yeah.
So we had to pull out our first ones and move them.
Yeah, so...
Well, it was a good thing that Marty thought about that because, yeah, I mean, that would be such a big, huge mistake.
Huge, right? I mean, like, it would have been bad to realize it after we put the forms in.
Yeah.
And then have to move the forms. That would have been a bigger pain. But imagine if we had imagine if we had already poured the cement.
Oh, we would have to totally redo the house.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just I don't know. We would have had to, I don't know what we would have done. I don't know. So now we got to dig all that dirt out of there now. It is almost 6:30. We've gotten a lot of it fixed. We've got a little bit of fine tuning tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll be able to put in the forms. Well, guys, there's another slight delay in what we're doing here. We got the strings all laid out properly, and it looks like we've got plenty of room to put our forms for our footers. But we've been thinking about this tree right here. You guys have probably been thinking the same thing. It's a little close to the house. So today is a firewood day. So we cut the roots on both sides and we tried to push it over, but it wouldn't go. So it looks like there's still a root on the house side of the tree that needs to be cut, and then he should be able to push it over. Tree is down. All right, here's the stump coming out. Look at that guy. It's big. I better back up. Oh, it crashed. Well, our stump pile is definitely growing. Look at this thing. It's huge. We made so much progress establishing our camp, but we've really only just begun to build the house. So in the next episode, we're going to continue with the footer project. We're going to pour the foundation, install all of the floor joists and subfloor. You can check out the next video right up over here, or you can watch all of the videos that went into making this episode in their entirety right down here. We'll see you over there in just a second.